So let's take a look at souls in general. I know it's been 10 months, but we'll see it. Oh, everyone's story guide. Starter guide. Soul bad guy. Soul bad guy.
Soul is a character with great anti-air and rushdown moves. He is strongest at close range. Make use of his special moves to close in on the opponent. Gunflame. Soul launches a ground-based projectile of fire pillars. They appear at fixed intervals, gradually extending.
I like how you call all anti-air options when like his 5K is like really slow.
Halting opponent's mid-range movement and, if blocked, gives Soul a chance to close in.
Yep.
Gunflame feint.
Of course, traditional gunflame feint, yeah.
Without releasing the fire pillar projectile.
Soul stuff.
This allows him to move earlier, giving him the chance to go on the offensive if the opponent flinched.
Yeah.
Volcanic Viper. Soul becomes invincible and strikes above him while rising in the air.
Traditional Shadow DP.
Move, slash and heavy slash version. Although the heavy slash version of the move deals more damage, it will leave Soul more vulnerable if the attack whiffs or is blocked.
Nice.
As Soul rises upward while attacking, this move is great against opponents coming in from the air. It is also a great move to use after being knocked down or during the opponent's offense to get out of tough situations, as the move is invincible.
Bandit Revolver. On a counter hit.
Soul lunges forward with a flying knee. He will follow up with another kick when the knee connects, knocking the opponent far away.
At least it kind of adjusts the whole banner revolver thing, because it's usually like a safe move though.
Making it a great combo to push the opponent into the corner. Bandit Bringer. Leaping up into the air, Soul comes crashing down onto the opponent with a blazing fist that must be blocked while standing.
Previous form, he used to hold it, or now it's in the dive now.
For the air version of this move, Soul is able to delay the attack by holding the button. Make use of this to bait out the opponent's anti-air attack. Wild Throw.
Yep, traditional Soul bad guy throw. Yeah, that does a lot of damage.
Be careful.
It doesn't really combo into it, which is fair because
wide open
I think comboing with Wild Throw is pretty cheap,
misses.
but does a lot of damage.
Open up
like why you need a combo when this does a lot of damage.
Night Raid Vortex. Soul charges towards the opponent low to the ground before delivering an uppercut. You can increase the distance traveled by holding the attack button when inputting the command. It is a powerful move that can avoid the opponent's high-profile attacks and leads into combos on hit. However, Soul is unable to cancel this move from his other normal attacks. Use this move to avoid the opponent's attacks
the funny thing about
and get in close.
Oh god, Viper doesn't have a knockdown no more.
Fafnir deals a lot of damage and has little recovery, but it cannot be cancelled into from normal attacks. Because of the low recovery, it is hard for the opponent to counterattack after blocking this move. This move is more suited for zoning in the mid-range, as Soul is unable to cancel this move from his other normal attacks. Tyrant Rave. An invincible, high damage strike that knocks the opponent back on hit. This move is also really fast, making it a great tool to end your combo with massive damage. Many of Soul's special moves are rushdown moves, allowing him to pressure the opponent.
But we already know about the mob cemetery.
You can also keep his opponents out at mid-range
mob
with
cemetery
gunfire.
or
even when your attack is guarded,
heavy mob cemetery. It's another full screen command grab.
Once the opponent has stopped moving and is focusing on defense, use Wild Throw to deal massive damage. Soul is an offensive character who can easily pressure the opponent.
Yeah, Soul hasn't really changed that. Well, the biggest change I would say is like how they got rid of Ground Viper into his Night Raid Vortex. Night Raid Vortex is more like the accent core. Ground Viper does a lot of damage if it's counter hit and stuff too. Fafnir has been changed a bit, but it still does a lot of damage. Wild Throw, for reason they instead of just like comboing to the regular throw, they could just here's your big damage. Whoop-de-doo. Boom, grab you, toss you on the ground, big damage. You don't need like a bigger fucking combo just to give him how much damage, and it's already did enough damage. They did some Bandit Bringer. They try to do alternates instead of just holding the K button for Bandit Bringer. They could just did a core circle back, do a Bandit Bringer. This is like all day one beta stuff or closed beta stuff that I did before from when I was doing beta. Sadly, I couldn't get the recording going, but hopefully when I play the beta, the next open beta, we can actually get more stuff going too. So anyway, let's move on to Kai. Kai has a Dragon Stall, so though I'm not going to worry about that one. We'll find out once we get more.
Character with projectiles and anti-air.
They should did the starter guy before the open beta though. I wish they put way more time for it too.
Shock State.
Shock State, yeah. Oh, don't forget to do that Shock State too.
Certain moves from Kai. The opponent is put into a shock state. Hitting an opponent in the shock state with Kai's special moves will strengthen the move's properties. This makes it easier for Kai to get on the offensive, as his special move.
I wonder if I can add like more or combo damage when it does that, or more hit properties. Even when they added like Dragon Install for Kai.
Or blocking this projectile will leave the opponent in the shock state. This is an easy to use move to keep the opponent out at long range. Stun Edge Charge Attack. Kai releases a multi-hitting projectile that flies forward.
Stun Edge, yep.
Getting
Charge
hit by or blocking this projectile
stuff.
will leave the opponent in the shock state. It takes a long time for the projectile to come out, so make sure only to use it when you know Kai is safe. Once the projectile is out, it's a good opportunity to go on the offensive. Aerial Stun Edge. Kai releases a projectile that flies forward.
He has his own traditional stun edge.
The trajectory of the projectile changes
the closer range and the far
and
range too, so traditional Kai stuff.
Getting hit by or blocking this projectile will leave the opponent in the shock state. Use the heavy slash version of this move against an opponent that is far away, and use the slash version to stop an opponent that is approaching Kai from the ground.
Stun Dipper. Though.
Kai does a
Stun
sliding
Dipper,
kick while
this traditional slide stun Dipper, but it looks like it doesn't do far enough range though. But it still gets a knockdown regardless.
Kai is able to dodge the opponent's
traditional Kai stun Dipper, get hit by the low and then
combo
just get the
Kai
knockdown.
Is too close to the opponent. So the best range to perform this move is when the opponent is at the same distance as the tip of Kai's far slash.
Yeah.
Hood Arc. Kai leaps into the air and delivers a flying kick.
No more Great Saver.
You can leap over the opponent's incoming attacks.
No more Great Saver. No more Great Saver.
It's
still an overhead. I think it's overhead.
This move has very little recovery, even if the opponent blocks it.
Yeah, it's like they switched the Great Saver out just for this move too, since it was too strong.
Kai becomes invincible and slashes above him.
I guess we're gonna try and get rid of it for another one. Traditional Vapor Thrust, and the other Vapor Thrust moves him forward too.
Slash version. Although the heavy slash version of this move deals more damage, it leaves Kai more vulnerable if the move is whiffed or is blocked.
Yeah.
Because Kai rises upwards while attacking, this move is great against opponent coming in from the air. It is also a great move to use after being knocked down or during the opponent's offense to get out of a tough situation, as the move is also invincible. Dia Claire. Kai steps forward and slashes the opponent with his sword. Getting hit by or blocking this move will leave the opponent in the shock state.
I wonder if this move is safe though. Actually, I never actually looked into this move before.
Making it useful when you want to put the opponent in the shock state at close range.
I hope there's like a way to like get like still remain Oki and without breaking the transition. I think you should like always break the transition, break the transition if it's like they're gonna die.
Sacred Edge.
Yes.
Kai releases a fast, multi-hitting projectile
that gives of course shock state. Yes.
Put into the shock state when coming into contact with the projectile.
Yeah.
As there is little opening after this move, it is a great way to start your offense. Kai is an all-around good character with projectiles and anti-air moves. He is easy to use, making him a great character for beginners. Use Stun Edge in the far range. Or I
always feel like characters like Kai works for like beginners who want to get into the game too and then start looking at the other characters. This is like my advice for people getting into Guilty. I say pick a character that you feel like it's good for you or feel like that shares your playstyle. Usually beginners for a character like they want to really learn Guilty Gear. I think Kai will be a good pick for the characters who if you want to don't want to work too hard or don't want to get into the real fundamentals. I think Kai will be a good pick too. But you don't have to like choose Kai all the time for like your starting character. You can always start like other characters that fits your archetype. It doesn't have to be Kai. But some people who wants to learn Guilty Gear, I think this Kai will be a good decision for it too. And also the risk gauge. Oh god. This is where they put the risk gauge on here. Is like you barely see it though. I'm glad they kind of changed it around with the whole like for the whole Guilty Gear thing, for the whole Guilty Gear UI here. But it looks slightly better. But I hate the name. The name's getting carried over and the burst too. It looks god awful. That's thing too. So.
Mei is a simple but strong character.
She's pretty much the secret love child, the born child of
Mei is the character for you.
Yeah.
Mr. Dolphin.
Mr. Dolphin, that's her charge or headbutt.
The move has long reach and is hard to punish, making it a great tool to use at mid-range.
I wish it was punishable, so I would love to have it punishable.
Making it easy to fit into a combo. The heavy slash version is a little slower, but deals more damage and has less recovery than the slash version. Mr. Dolphin, vertical. Mei charges forward while grabbing onto Mr. Dolphin. The trajectory of the move changes between slash and heavy slash version. As Mei
traditional butt slam,
this move is great against opponents coming in from the air. Mei is able to move immediately after this move hits or is blocked by the opponent. Overhead kiss. an inescapable grab attack that deals more damage than a regular
Oh yeah,
throw.
the
Be
command
careful
grab.
when using this move.
Traditional
May
May
will
command
become
grab.
wide open to incoming attacks if the move misses. May can follow up with a combo after successfully grabbing the opponent with this move. Arisugawa Sparkle. Mr. Arisugawa flicks a ball
the
towards
bubble.
the opponent.
The
Trajectory
beach
of
ball.
the ball changes
Beach
between
ball.
the punch and kick version of the move.
Sends the
This
beach
is
ball.
an easy-to-use move to put the pressure on the opponent at mid-range. The ball will remain on screen even if Mei gets hit by the opponent. Great Yamada attack. Mr. Yamada appears out of the corner and tackles towards the opponent. The opponent will be blown far away on hit. Mr. Yamada will
Not
appear
really
faster if the
much
move
of a
is done
set
at the
play
corner.
character, that honestly.
The wonderful and dynamic Goshugawara. An invincible high damaging strike that
Oh yeah,
knocks
the
the
killer
opponent
whale, the
back on
killer
hit.
whale. But
The move
doesn't
is
have a
also
spin
really
move no
fast,
more.
making it a great tool to end your combo with massive damage.
Yeah, it does have a spin
It
move
is
no
also
more.
a great
Not a spin
move
move
use
to
after
the killer.
being
It's
knocked
just
down,
just automatically to the
clearing
killer
opponent's
whale.
offense to get out of
It
a
does a lot
tough
of damage,
situation,
too.
as the move is also invincible. Get in on the opponent using Mr. Dolphin Horizontal and Mr. Dolphin Vertical, combined with her powerful slash attacks. Once you have successfully approached the opponent, use her overhead moves such as
Oh,
the
nice,
Gust
that was
attack
sick.
or the forward kick move to break through their guard. You can also use overhead kiss, which
This doesn't look like much of a character that will like. I know she has really good jump ins and stuff, but I feel like this character will not be much heavy set play and much in terms of like how she said. I mean, she does have like a slow projectile that launches from close range to long range and long range. She does have a command grab. She does have dolphin. I guess you could try to take the traits of like having played her mid range game, and once she gets closer, she becomes a threat. Once she gets command grab going, the stagger pressure going on too. Using dolphin like a charge kind of a charge rushdown character a little bit too, while having like good aerial options too. I'm not too sure that it still maintains, but we'll see on the beta in my opinion for May. Well, right now May is looking alright. She's not really the most heavy set, not much a more heavy set player like she used to, like something like the dolphin set play and stuff, or the beach ball one too. But I'm hoping she'll be like a lot more fun than what she used to do back in Excerpt. I know we all know that he has one vision, so the time stop is also added
Axel is a
adjustment
character
too,
that
which
specializes in far-ranged attacks.
of course he's a
Control the flow of the
long-range
map
character
with
too.
his
So
long-reaching moves. Sickle Flash.
sickle flash.
Axel attacks the opponent
Traditional
from afar by
sickle,
swiftly
long-range
extending his
flash.
chain sickle. It is difficult to hit an opponent in the air with this move due to the trajectory of the sickle being close to the ground. This move can cancel out the opponent's projectiles and attack at the same time. Use it aggressively when the opponent is at a distance away from you or when they are on the ground. Soaring Chain Strike.
Yeah,
A follow-up move
the
that
slash
is
then
available
it goes
during
goes
sickle
upwards
flash.
too.
Axel
And
pulls
pulls-
back
oh,
the
and pulls
extended
them in
chain
instead of
sickle
just
in a
going
trajectory that catches
upwards.
the opponent in the air.
It literally
You can
pulls
use
them
this
in
move
for
to
like
intercept
a
the
touchdown.
opponent when they dodge the sickle flash.
I
by
don't know
jumping.
about that one.
Spinning Chain Strike. A follow-up move that is available during sickle flash.
Yeah, it's traditional.
Holding down the input will increase
Traditional
the vector.
axle spin slash after.
In addition to being
after the
effective
hook
against an
shot,
opponent
after
at
sickle
close
flash.
range, this move can also take the opponent by surprise when they try to approach
And
Axel.
it pulls them in too. Oh shit!
Winter Cherry.
I never realized that it pulls
A
them in.
follow-up move that is available during sickle flash.
Winter cherry
Although this move deals a lot of damage
explodes
and
to put them in
recovers
range.
quickly,
I never thought like
it has a narrow
Axel has
effective
moves
range,
that
as the
actually
chain
pulls them
only
in, too.
detonates after it's been fully extended. Use this move only when your opponent is at a distance. Winter Mantis. A far-reaching grab attack where Axel extends his chain sight behind the opponent and pulls it back to catch the opponent.
command grab, right?
This move has excellent damage and range, but it has very long startup. This move is effective
Yep,
at a
that's
distance
that. Yep,
after you
that's
have
his
conditioned
command
the
grab.
opponent
His
to
command
sit
grab.
still using sickle flash. You can also follow up with a combo if you
Oh, really?
successfully hit the opponent with the move at close range. Snail. Although the range of this move is long, it does not hit the opponent at close range. As the move covers a wide
That looks
range,
like a launch.
it
It
is
looks like a
easy to
launcher
use it
and
as a
all.
keep-away move at mid-range or in a combo.
It looks
It
pretty
is
slow
also
too.
highly effective.
Oh, it has
against
a dead zone
opponents
too.
that
It has a
are
dead
from
zone
the
up
air
close, so
when they try to avoid
that looks
sickle
like something
flash.
that's like pretty dangerous up close.
Rainwater. Axel strikes at the opponent's feet while jumping backwards. The move has low recovery,
He doesn't have that stance
so it
mode
is
no more.
relatively safe on block.
Unfortunately.
As Axel moves backwards while attacking, it is a great way to keep the opponent at a distance. Use this move to stop the opponent in their tracks when they try to approach Axel. Axel Bomber.
Yep.
The only
traditional
close range
Axel
move
bomber.
Axel has in his arsenal. Although this move is very damaging, it can only be used while Axel is jumping. If the opponent is at a position higher than Axel, you can follow up the move with a combo. Try incorporating this move into your close range combos. Sickle Storm.
Alright, super.
An invincible, high damaging strike.
Yeah, it looks like he doesn't
knocks
have
the
to bring
opponent
back
on
his
hit.
DP though.
After
No
the
DP
first
for
strike,
Axel,
Axel extends
unfortunately.
his chain sickle to follow up with a long range attack.
But this has a lot of like
This move is also
vacuum
really fast,
effect moves
making
where
it
he
a great
pulls them
pull to
in
end your
for
combo
combos
with
and stuff.
massive damage.
Especially that his little
Keep the
spin
opponent away
slash.
with his long range moves such as
Sickle
Standing
Storm
Punch,
and also
Crouching
One Vision,
Punch,
so I won't
and
be
Sickle
surprised.
Slash.
There's like
Crouching
a lot
Slash
of
and
reel in
forward
moves
punch
for this
is
character
effective
too.
against the opponent who tries
Especially
to
like
close in
his
from the
air
air.
moves that reel them in
Use
too.
Rainwater when you want to get away from the opponent, and Snail when you want to zone them out from a distance.
Yeah.
Once your opponent freezes
It
in your
looks
tracks
unique,
from the
but I think with
long-range
One
pressure,
Vision it will actually
use
help
Whip.
Axel a lot more too.
Potemkin is a character that uses his powerful command moves to get through his
Command grab,
opponent's
yep.
defense.
Command grab does a lot of
Destroy your
damage, but
opponent with
returns to
his overwhelming
neutral.
Pressure. Potemkin Buster.
Yep, traditional
An inescapable grab
Potemkin
move.
Buster, but
He's much
it
more
pushes him
powerful
far
than a
away
normal throw,
to return
also
to
has
neutral.
a wider range. The move's
Kind of
fast
sucks
startup
though
and wide
because
range
I was
makes it
hoping
an
that this
extremely
move
powerful
won't be
move
like,
at close range. Heat Knuckle.
Restart neutral once more.
Potemkin grabs the opponent in midair and blows them away when it hits. When the opponent blocks this move, they will be pulled down to the ground where
That's
Potemkin
sick.
can continue his offense.
Oh, you so
Use
it's
this
not
move
a
against
true
the
air
opponent
block,
when they are
air
in
block,
the
so
air,
you can just
or
block
when you
it.
predict that they will jump to avoid Potemkin Buster. Mega Fist Forward. Potemkin does a forward jumping attack that must be blocked while standing. Using this move, Potemkin is able to leap forward to avoid the opponent's incoming attacks
Mega
and attack
Fist.
at the same time. Use this move when you find it difficult to approach the opponent from the ground.
Yeah, that's his free combo
Mega
dash for
Fist
counter hit, you know.
backward. Potemkin does a backward jumping attack that must be blocked while standing. As this move has
Oops.
less recovery compared to Mega Fist Forward, Potemkin is
Oh,
able to
that's
move
sick.
earlier than the opponent, even if the move was guarded. Use this move when the opponent is approaching. from the
Oh,
ground.
wow, I like.
It
Okay,
will
that
help
combo looks
counter
pretty
their
sick. I'm
one-two
sorry, that
attacks.
looks really awesome.
Slide head.
You can end up with probably Heat
Potemkin
Knuckle.
slams the ground.
Slide
sending a
head,
low,
of course, traditional
blockable quake that
Potemkin
travels
stuff.
full screen.
Unblockable and full
It
screen.
is a great move to use as a deterrent at a distance. Hammerfall. Potemkin lunges forward, arms spread, then smashes them together.
I'm assuming he has a
once he is
cancel.
in
Yeah,
range
on
the
spread
opponent.
has armor, I believe.
He is able to arm a single hit when he is lunging forward. This move is the go-to move when you want to close the distance between Potemkin and the opponent.
Yeah, but it's
It is
unsafe.
especially effective against
But it's
moves
also
with long
unsafe, too.
recovery. Hammerfall Break. This move allows Potemkin to come to a sudden stop during the motion of Hammerfall. Potemkin recovers earlier from this move as he stops without attacking.
That looks like a
It
slow
is a great
recovery.
pull
I'm
to
sorry.
approach
It
with,
looks
as
really
he is able
slow
to
though.
advance while enduring an attack.
It looks really slow compared to the
FDV.
original.
Potemkin does a flick with his finger,
The flick.
reflecting any incoming
flick.
projectile while attacking. Holding the
I know,
button
like,
when holding the
Pepsi is
command
really
this
good at
move increases
doing
the
that, too.
move's damage. This move is most effective when you match it with the opponent's incoming projectile. Although the startup of this move is slow, it has fast recovery, making it a great move to use at mid-range. Garida Impact. Potemkin releases a blow that causes the opponent to crumple. Although the startup of this move is slow, it can leave the opponent vulnerable when it connects.
And that's short range
Potemkin
too.
will be able to move before the opponent even when it's
And then
guarded.
the mix set comes,
So you
and
will
then
want to use it
that's half
successfully
health.
at close
Holy
range.
shit!
Like Heat Knuckle, it is a great way for Potemkin to continue his pressure on the opponent.
Oh, even from far
Heavenly
range too.
Potemkin Buster. Potemkin
Tradition,
becomes
yeah,
invincible
traditional
and
air
leaps up in the air,
anti-air grab.
grabbing the opponent if they are airborne. You will be able to act immediately in the air, even if you fail to grab the opponent. You can deal massive damage against the opponent when they are in the air. The opponent is also unable to guard against this move while they are in the air, making this move effective against the opponent that is trying to jump away from you. Gigantor Kai. Potemkin becomes invincible against strikes, and releases a shockwave around him.
That pushes back so far
The
away
shockwave
too.
will create a barrier that travels forward.
And it
but
crumbles.
does
Still
not hit
crumbles
the opponent,
the stage transition too.
as there is not much opening after the barrier is generated. This move is great for chaining the flow of the battle to your favor. The forward-moving barrier also makes it easier for Potemkin
At least
to
it's a movie
advance.
barrier that goes like kind of full screen.
The
but
main
not
goal
really.
is to catch your opponent with a Potemkin Buster. Use the standing heavy slash and sweep in neutral, and get in closer with Hammerfall and Mega Fist forward. Once you are in range, pressure the opponent by making them guess between a normal hit and
Grab
throw.
was the best. Grab was the best.
Heat knuckles to catch them jumping away from you, and FTB against them if they spam.
I hope they'll have some newer moves for Potemkin in the beta too. I feel like this character, like, he hits pretty hard and heavily Potemkin buzz, but it feels like you have to return to neutral and work hard again after you hit him like half health. I know it does half health, but it feels like you have to work really hard to get in once more too, in my opinion. You might feel like, I don't feel like he's not nerfed or anything compared to the other versions, but I feel like you have to actually work more harder too. But thanks to like some other traditional stuff, how damaged he is too. So I feel like, in my opinion, I feel he's gonna work a lot more harder in this new beta, especially with the new characters though. So, and especially dealing with Nagoriyuki. We already know that.
Chip is a ninja with the fastest speed in the entire cast. You can easily open up your opponent's defense with the speed and variety
Gamma
of moves.
Blade.
Alpha Blade, horizontal. Chip vanishes before lunging forward. He will
Alpha
move
Blade,
behind
does he
the
have
opponent
that
while slashing when he
traditional
comes
move
in
still?
contact with them. As Chip will end up behind the opponent has to change the direction of their guard, making it a great move to break their defense. Use this move when the opponent is overly focused on defense, or when you want to escape from the corner. Alpha Blade, diagonal. Chip vanishes before.
Oh, he has a diagonal now too. He has the one from
move behind the opponent while
from Plus R.
Comes into contact
now it's a thing now.
The trajectory of his will also change when this move is done near the corner.
That's pretty sick. Now you can actually use it as a normal move.
Chip becomes invincible
also,
and slashes above
DP
him while
also,
rising in the air.
as well.
As Chip rises upwards while attacking, this move is great against opponents coming in from the air. It is also a great move to use after being knocked down or during the opponent's offense to get out of a tough situation, as the move is also invincible. Gamma Blade.
Yeah, and also
Chip
his traditional projectile.
And sends it forward to attack the opponent. Chip will receive the same damage as the clone if the clone receives an attack from the opponent. The optimal range to use this move will be the same distance as the tip of standing heavy slash or forward heavy slash. Resho. Chip strikes the opponent while moving forward.
Yeah, his first Rekka.
This move is fast, and it leaves a very small opening.
Rekka and the second low.
It can also be cancelled into Rokusai and Senshu even if the move whiffs against the opponent. You can also use it after a forward slash or a sweep to link into a combo. Rokusai. A follow-up attack that is available during Resho.
Yeah, Rokusai, which is low.
The move can be cancelled into Senshu.
He gets a counter too.
If the move whiffs against the opponent. Use this move when you catch your opponent moving after using Resho. Senshu. A follow-up attack that is available during Resho and Rokusai that must be blocked standing. Open up your opponent's defense by alternating this move with Rokusai and after using Resho. Genrozan. A move that grabs the opponent.
Yes, his command grab.
Although this move has slower startup compared to a regular throw, it has wider range and deals more damage.
Grab, and also a pretty beautiful animation,
though. It is also difficult to punish this move when it whiffs against the opponent. Shuriken. Chip throws a shuriken diagonally
shuriken.
You can
also
there's
no like speed or there's no like no speed or slow speed on that too, so it's actually the same kind of speed right now.
Wall run. A move where Chip runs up the wall in the corner. You can
I didn't know you can do that.
Alpha Blade.
That's like actually one of his.
You can also cancel it into escape to catch your opponent off guard.
That's funny.
Wall run attack. You will be able to use some of your normal attacks during wall run.
I think I saw this one who did a combo just like that, doing the wall run,
allowing you to do a combo while running up a wall.
That's pretty sick though.
Escape.
That's pretty sick.
This move can be done anytime during the wall run. Inputting
I think I saw that combo he did it against Soul, and it looks really sick though.
This allows you to attack the opponent from different
angles. That is so cheap in so many ways.
Zansei Roga. Chip becomes invincible and vanishes before lunging forward with a strike. This move has long range and it deals massive damage. As this move covers the whole screen, it is effective when used as a counter against the opponent's moves. Although the startup of this move is slower than Banki Mesai, it deals more damage. Banki Mesai. An invincible, high damaging strike that knocks the opponent back on hit. The move is also really fast, making it a great tool to end your combo with massive damage. It is also easier to link this move from a combo compared to Zansei Roga. Get a head start in the offense using his high mobility.
That's cheap.
Range,
oh, okay,
you
I
have
see
the option to cross up the opponent with Alpha
Did he mention about the teleport? Did you mention
Hit
about the
them with
teleport?
the low Rokusai or the overhead Senshu. You can
never
also
mentioned
catch
about the
your opponent
teleport.
off guard by using Genrolzan.
Yeah, they never mentioned about
You
the
should also
teleport.
aim to combo with Gamma Blade from your zoning to push the opponent in the corner. Thank you for watching.
Wow, they actually never mentioned. They never mentioned about the teleport. Yeah, he has teleports, but it looks like he doesn't have it no more. That kind of sucks, actually. But his corner mix is gonna be really scary once he gets in. Like his wall jump, his wall jumps, his teleport to the jump and stuff. It looks really frightening actually for a mix up. He gets in the corner. It's really scary. Also for teleport, I'm kind of sad he has no teleport no more. Faust. I forgot what he does again.
Faust is a tricky character who is hard to deal with. He is unpredictable, and who knows what will happen whenever he throws an item.
Oh, don't forget his range. Don't forget his range.
Faust attacks the opponent while moving freely.
Oh, that's just going my
way. During the move, you can control where Faust is moving to some extent
going my way in a different alternate version.
Because you can move away from the opponent even when they block, it can be difficult to punish this move.
Stirs his little scalpel like a pot, like he's churning butter and shit. He doesn't manage just like churning butter like this.
A move where Faust throws a random item into the air.
Bomb.
The different items thrown have a variety
can toss it
of
too.
effects, and you will not know
Hammer,
which item will
banana.
be
Okay, healing banana.
And
a banana split is
that have an immediate effect. It is good to cancel this move from a normal move
Jr.
at the range of far slash or crouching heavy slash.
Oh, it comes right back in.
Snip. An inescapable grab.
Let me see that move again.
It will change the opponent's hairstyle into an afro.
There's a trumpet to like. There's like the trumpet, calling the trumpet to some of his enemies.
Since there are only
if you hit this one, he becomes a raging monster trying to come at your face.
At the range of
and it calls them to his buddies. Not much other healing items though, other than the bananas. But there's a banana peel split. Snip,
it will change the opponent's hairstyle into an afro. You can land attacks on the opponent's afro, meaning you can hit them with a jump kick or a jump dust more easily. Scarecrow. Faust disappears and does a surprise attack.
Oh yeah, this replace teleports, his door teleport.
Confuse your opponent.
Life has many doors.
It is especially powerful when you use this move right after throwing an item with what could this be?
That one, that's visible too.
Thrust. A far-reaching attack where
his
Faust
traditional thrust.
Does
he pull them in?
It is extremely effective in keeping your opponent away from you. You can link the move into pullback.
Oh, you can pull him into
on the ground.
How about the
You can also
chop?
link this move from forward heavy slash on hit. Pull
That's
back.
Sick.
Pulls the opponent in. You can link this move into home run. Home run.
Oh yeah, home run.
Deals massive damage when you land.
So it doesn't lift you in the air and give you just a chop.
It is a great opportunity to throw an item with what could this be after knocking the opponent back. Love. A move where Faust throws a bomb towards the ground.
Traditional bomb.
It is a great move for keeping the opponent away. But
bomb
be careful
special
as
from
you can
Faust.
also be hurt
Dive
by
to the bomb, but don't want to get too close to it.
Cancel this move from jump slash or jump dust. Well, what could this be? A move where Faust throws random items
on the screen. Yeah.
The different items thrown.
Here's the neutral. Here's the bombs.
And you will not know which
I
item
didn't
will
know.
be
Do they have a meter?
perform this move. Start your offense with standing far slash or crouching heavy slash, followed by throwing an item with.
I think there's like one more super he had. I think it was like that one chair
super
he has.
It could be a powerful item or an item that is disadvantageous to you. You must be versatile and change your strategy according to the item thrown.
Home run bat.
Use mix or Scarecrow together with the item thrown is a powerful combination to put the pressure on the opponent. You can also use thrust against the opponent who tries to stop you from using what could this be.
Remember, I know they have like the chair super, the wheelchair super, but I'm not too sure if it's what was input for. I think not sure if the last time I watched that video was a counter hit, but I think it was like a move that hit Nagoriyuki and hit his like shin or something. But there's a stunner super like that too, but they didn't add this on the previous beta. But other than that, they add most of the Faust's stuff back, like the bombs, going my way little spin thing he does, but it's a different like. Instead of just like going like vertically, it goes like vertically now, but then it goes like horizontal or something. I think that's where the going my way special. Scarecrow teleport is replaced with the Scarecrow or the door teleport. There's a lot of stuff that animation wise I got switched up to a little bit too, but I hope it becomes better in the beta, in my opinion. The pullback one after that feels like more. Oh, it feels like almost more the same. The pullback of his thrust to pull him back to push him away. Instead of just having lift up and do the chop thing, they give him like a home run bat so he can continue neutral on throwing items. His items are like a lot more different. There's like not much meteors, but they have like a trumpet that calls meaty guys come at you, and then there's like the scarecrow one, which is like instead of just like coming at you, if you hit it, it becomes like a fiery scarecrow and just try to attack you with it too, which is really interesting. Not scarecrow, I mean like a little doll. So anyway,
Milia is a character with incredibly fast movement. Bewilder your opponent
yep,
with her
ring,
wide defensive
crosses him up.
that
looks pretty good, consistent Oki right there.
Bad
That looks
move.
pretty consistent if you
Milia
ask me
attacks
for
as she
mix-up
descends
too.
quickly from midair,
Does she
making
need
for an
spin? I
overhead
don't
hit.
know. Does she need
This
spin?
move is
I wouldn't know.
versatile and can be used in air
It really
combos,
depends
or
on
performed
the
directly
version
after
we're
a
playing
jump
right
to
now.
take advantage of its fast startup.
I mean, she still has
Catching the opponent
normals.
off
She still
guard.
has ways to get in around too. She has
Turbo
really good
fall.
air normals.
Milia descends rapidly from midair.
Turbo
with this
fall. Yeah, she
movement
just saw
technique.
turbo fall, which is gonna throws
During
out
this
herself
movement,
diagonally
she can move
and
to
she
the other
gets
side
in.
of the opponent and take them by surprise. Tandem top. Milia sends out a short-range projectile.
Damn, I did that idle stance
The
of
slash version
Mila
has
looks
quick
pretty sick
startup
though. I'm not
and
gonna
can
lie.
be cancelled into from normal moves.
That looks really cool,
making
honestly.
it easy to include in combos.
And it pushes him back too.
The
far
heavy
away,
slash
too.
version has longer startup, but it hits
That's
twice.
definitely her Oki.
Also,
She
since
gets a
Milia
knockdown.
can move midair after performing this
And
move,
it also
can
creates
attack
like
while the projectile is
a
active.
situation too.
use it on your
mixed
opponent's
situation.
wake up to launch a powerful offense.
That's pretty good.
Iron Savior. Milia attacks as she charges forward.
Yep, her
making for a
traditional
hit.
low.
This move knocks the opponent down on hit. Even if the opponent blocks this
Her
attack,
traditional
it can be
hair
hard for
car.
them to punish Milia unless she's very close. Use this move to approach the opponent from a distance, catching them off guard. Mirage. Milia moves forward rapidly.
Oh,
She can move
that's
to the other
new.
side of the opponent using this
So
move.
she can use that to slash.
Use this move to take
That's
the
her
opponent by surprise when they're
or
concentrating on
alternate
blocking.
role in general. Wouldn't be less
Plus
stuff.
Shaker. Milia showers the opponent with blows in this multi-hit move. You can extend the range and get extra hits by continuing to press the button rapidly.
Yeah, rapidly, and
This
then
attack
just knocks
deals a
them,
good
knocks them
amount of
back.
damage to the opponent, even when blocked. Capel. Milia summons a projectile directly below her while midair.
Oh,
sending
she
her
has a
flying up.
little the rose
This move
thing.
functions as
That
both
put-
a movement
push him
technique
forward.
and an attack. Milia can
That's
move
gonna
in
be
midair
like pretty
after the
tricky
move
though.
finishes.
They give like a lot more air
You can
mobilities
use
too,
this move
especially
to
our
bait
air
the
dashes and
opponent's
stuff too.
anti-air by changing the
Makes it
timing of
really
your jumping attack.
easier to get around other than
Winger.
throwing out pin and stuff.
Milia stands before lunging forward in this
The
powerful
winger, yeah, her
attack with
traditional winger.
invincibility on startup. The
Blows
startup
up in
is
the
quite
air and
fast,
just dives down.
so you can use it in combos to deal big damage. Septum Voices. Milia sends out a powerful, multi-hit
Oh,
projectile
full
that
screen
reaches full screen.
projectile.
As the startup is very fast and there is little recovery,
That's
this
a
move works
projectile,
well
too.
both in combos and as a tool to launch your offense.
I wonder if it's gonna be plus.
Milia
If
can
she
take
could
the
use
opponent
it.
by
Probably she can
surprise
use it
with her
just,
aerial
just for
hard
pressure.
slash attack after air
Yeah,
dash.
unfortunately she has
When
no
the
pin,
opponent
but
is
she
waiting
has
for an
really
aerial
pretty
attack,
good air
throw off their
mobility to get
anti-air
around
time
too, especially
using
the little
couple
that
or
little
approach
rose
with a
hop she
dash
has
from the
too,
ground.
turbo
Her
fall,
standing far slash and
her
standing
little
heavy
ring air
slashes
dashes
work
and stuff.
well
I
as
mean,
ground
she
pokes.
has ways to get
Get
into,
close to the
so
opponent
it's not so
using
bad.
Mirage while they're focused
I won't
on
say it's not so
blocking,
bad
and
without the
mix them
pin.
up with a throw.
I know,
After
unfortunately, the
knocking down
pin
the
we got
opponent
they
with a
got
sweeper
they got
throw,
rid of
set
it,
up the heavy
but
slash
in my
version of
opinion
tandem top
on
and
this,
go
I
for
think
Okizeme.
they don't really need the pin.
Thank you for watching.
Based on this, I don't think she needs the pin. I don't think she doesn't need it. Like honestly, based on that one, I think she doesn't need it just to get in. So, I mean, she has like a bunch of abilities already. She already have turbo fall. She's already have like other set of moves to get around. So the people who complain that Mila doesn't have a pin will be just be the people who have to what she has too. I think in this version, I feel like once they start learning a tech about Mila, they'll forget about she needs pin to get in and stuff. I'll be like, she doesn't need it. I'll be laughing really hard if Mila becomes top tier without the pin. If she becomes top tier, then I'll tell them, hey, you don't need the pin to do this shit. And don't be capping too. Honestly, there was nothing wrong with the old shadow that he has.
Zato is a technically
But
challenging
the
character,
funny emanation
as
of
you can
these
also
shadows
control
are
his
just
alter
I don't know,
ego,
hilarious
Eddie.
in a ways.
Overwhelm the opponent by attacking with
Come on,
both
grab.
Zato and Eddie. Flight. Zato moves quickly
Yeah,
in the
of course, the
inputted
flight
direction.
he has.
During this motion, he can move freely in midair to an extent, meaning you can change the timing of your jump and attack and take the opponent by surprise. Summon Eddie. Zato summons his alter ego, Eddie. You can control Eddie
Oh my
and
god,
Zato
look how
simultaneously,
look goofy the
as
animation
Eddie has
is.
a
I'm
different
sorry.
attack
It
associated
looks
with
so
each
goofy.
attack button, While Eddie is active,
Invite
you can return
hell.
him to the shadows by inputting the summon
Sharks.
command a second time. When either Zato or Eddie takes damage, or the Eddie life gauge hits 0, Eddie disappears and cannot be summoned. Pierce. Zato summons Eddie and attacks twice while lunging forward. Due to its fast startup and long range, this move works well as both a means to keep your opponent locked down and as a poke. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's
That's a lot.
Performing a large number of drills.
Number of invite hells. That's a lot.
This attack keeps the opponent locked down
But
for
does
a
it
long
really
time, either
have
block
any?
or hit.
Oh, it does. It depletes a
Uses
lot.
2
Oh
your
shit.
damage to get your offense started.
At least it pushes him back, keeps
Leap.
him pressure though.
Zato summons Eddie, performing an attack that hits
leap.
twice,
That does.
leaping upwards.
That really just does
This
half
attack hits a
as
wide area
Eddie's
and works well against
gauge.
airborne opponents.
Half as Eddie meter.
The
Damn.
first hit launches the opponent, making it easy to land a combo even it hits mid-range. Oppose. Zato
kinda
summons
concerned about
Eddie,
using that half
performing a
health.
multi-hit attack with slow startup. Eddie can absorb the opponent's attacks until this move
Okay,
comes
as
out.
guard point probably absorbs it.
Eddie won't disappear
Yep,
when
guard
hit
point,
during
yep.
this move.
But he
and
can
you
actually
use him as a
get in
shield.
and then do it and get like
However,
a command grab.
Be careful as he cannot absorb the opponent's overdrive attacks. Invite
Unfortunately.
hell.
Yep.
Zato forms a drill
drills.
at a distance from himself. This attack knocks the opponent down on hit. It has little recovery, making it a good choice as a poke at mid-range.
Yep. That's an invite hell.
Break
That's
the
a
law.
strange invite hell though.
Zato conceals himself in
Break
the
the
shadows
law, he
with his
disappears,
evasive
and he can just
technique.
teleport whatever.
You can stay hidden for a set amount of time by holding down the button. But the recovery when Zato reappears increases the longer you hide.
Yeah, that's
While
bad.
hidden, Zato can move left and right in an invincible state, and can even move to the other side of the opponent. Damned Fang. A command grab.
Yeah, but the traditional
It
command
deals
grab.
more damage than a standard throw, and cannot be teched. It leaves you wide open when whiffed, so go for it when you think the opponent is focused on staying grounded and blocking. Drunkard Shade. An
Yep,
attack that can reflect the opponent's
anti-projectile
projectiles.
that reflects back.
When used in
Drunken Shade.
proximity to
That looks
Eddie,
a little
you can move
slower,
far
a little
away
slower
in an
compared to
instant.
the original Drunken
Use
Shade.
this chance to team up with Eddie and start your offense. Amorphous. Shadows approach the opponent and consume
this
them in
traditional
this
super.
powerful projectile move.
That looks really
The
cool.
attack
I'm
extends
sorry.
quite
That
high
stand
up,
looks really
making
cool.
it
I'm not
extremely
gonna lie.
difficult for the opponent to jump
That's
over.
actually pretty cool.
Sun Void. Eddie transforms into a sword, attacking the opponent as a
Oh,
powerful
instead of just
projectile.
okay, he
If used
launches
while
the
Eddie is
sword
summoned,
at you
He turns into
instead of just like
projectile and
going like
attacks from his
completely
current position.
horizontally.
He flies
He
towards
can
the
he
position
can
of the
summon Eddie
opponent
like
when
from
the
like
move was
behind and
used.
stuff. That look.
After
And he
the
changed the
attack,
trajectory.
he
Oh
returns
my
to his
god, that's
usual
actually
form
pretty
as
good. He
Eddie.
actually made good
So
use of
takes
the
this
sword
chance to
finally.
overwhelm the opponent.
And can continue and continues
You
the
can launch
pressure
a
too.
highly
I think
adaptable
Eddie in this
offense
version looks
by
pretty good.
coordinating Zato's movements with Eddie.
Actually, really
Use
nice.
Pierce as a poke against grounded
Especially the
opponents,
pressure stuff he
and
gets
leap
to.
against
Especially
aerial
also the
opponents.
guard point he can use.
Oppose works
with
well
Eddie.
against opponents.
If I
when
will
they
talk to
try
Necro
attack
right now,
Eddie.
I say use Eddie. Use Eddie.
When
This
you can't
this character
summon
is
Eddie,
actually
use
pretty
flight
cool.
or invite hell to protect yourself from the opponent's attacks. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, now Eddie in this version looks pretty OD. I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm not gonna lie, especially the guard point, the move he has too, where he can just throws it at you and he can make a bam move and it gives him a chance to go in and stuff too. I really like the ideas that they're giving Eddie too, especially the sword super, like giving more pressure ideas, having control the horizontal from like upwards to downwards to like horizontally and stuff, and also you can reappear right behind you too while using Eddie. That's pretty damn good. I like this. I like this idea for Zato. So, but of course he's gonna be a pain in the ass to deal with too. When I look at, yeah, fucking Zato looks really fucking clean. I love it. All right, Ramethal. Okay, there's been a lot of talk about this character.
Remlethal excels in range due to the long reach and wide area her
range.
sword attacks cover.
Ooh,
She
nice
dominates
slashes.
the battle at mid-range with her
Mid-range.
unique pressure. Bayonetto.
Bayonetto.
Remlethal sends out a sword quickly in this powerful projectile move. It sends the opponent flying back on hit. Also, if the sword hits the corner of the stage, it explodes, dealing extra damage. As the sword remains on the ground after it's fired, you need to either wait for a set period of time or approach it and pick it up before it can be fired again.
Yep, pick it up.
The
Yeah.
slash and
It's-
heavy slash versions.
And they explode
fire
only on
different
corner
heights.
too.
Daro.
I'm not too sure about
Remlethal
that
moves
one, but
rapidly,
that's kind
performing
of
a lunging
crazy.
attack. It has
Daro.
fast startup and can be cancelled into from normal moves, making
Yeah, it does have
force
it does have a just frame though.
It launches the opponent farther up if it hits him while they're midair, so you can follow up with a combo.
Nice.
Sildo Detro. Rem Lethal leaps forward, forming an overhead attack.
The plus frame overhead that she does.
Low hitting attacks with
and also she can do it in the area as well, too.
It knocks the opponent down on hit. This move can't be blocked while crouching. The mid-air version changes your jump trajectory, so aim for a surprise attack with
That's actually pretty dumb as a cross-up, though.
An extremely damaging attack.
Pretty dumb. I'm not gonna lie.
It also has a quite long range, so you can deal big damage with a single hit from a fair distance.
Projectile. Or she can duck the projectile. You saw that one? She can duck the projectile, but the low version can hit.
It leaves you vulnerable when whipped.
Yeah,
and can't be
like if she gets rid of her swords, then she's vulnerable. So
use it sparingly.
I feel like the swords in general has to be used like during mid-screen. But if it's cornered, then it's good because it creates like more like
you can perform up to 2
it creates like more of a pressure tool in the corner once you have it.
The third move knocks the opponent down on hit. The first move can be dash cancel.
So it's pretty much Rekka.
The follow-up moves receive a buff when delayed. Aggressa or Dono, and an aerial attack with long range. It works well as a mid-air poke or in combos. Its properties change depending on the number of swords you have equipped, and its range and damage becomes quite poor.
That's pretty much a yikes.
Left.
Yeah, it feels like throwing both swords right now is really bad for Ramethal because she loses her ability to throw projectiles and her rest of her moves too. But however, Calvos that brings it back.
Deals a good amount of chip damage, even when blocked. If there are any unequipped swords, they will be retrieved automatically. This attack works great to punish a vulnerable opponent from a distance.
At least there's a good thing about it is you can get her short back with using your super.
Extremely damaging attack that's invincible on startup.
And that's her invincible
reversal.
Reversal.
Damage changes depending on the number of swords you have equipped, and the range and damage becomes quite poor when you have none left. It has fast startup, so you can use it in combos to deal big damage. Use the wide range her sword attacks cover to your advantage by hitting the opponent with the edge of her attacks at mid-range. Her standing far slash and standing heavy slash attacks make good grounded pokes. When the opponent tries to avoid the grounded neutral game by jumping in, anti-air them with forward punch. You can even follow up with her aerial slash.
That's what I said before. That looks really cheap for a cross-up. That's pretty cheap. For a cross-up overhead, yeah, that's pretty damn cheap. I'm not gonna lie.
You can continue attacking if the opponent blocks and land a combo if it hits them.
I feel like in my opinion for the projectile sword, I think projectile sword in general it looks really not the greatest in the neutral and mid screen too because she might lose her mobilities. Not only she loses a projectile, she also loses a power for normals too. So it could be very bad that if let's say you throw it and got the hit, but you have to wait for a while to come back, or you have to like pick it up, or you have to use your super just to get it back too. That's more like a kind of a downside too. So her playstyle right now, it's not gonna become more set play now. It's more like situational stuff like her swords and also her mid screen too, like mid screen damage as well too. Especially a variety of like kind of mix ups too, like her little overhead thing, her little Rekka as well too. So Ramethal in this version is a full length of a brand new character right now. I feel like they're trying to change her so she won't be the same set play character where she used to be too, but also they still continue to give out the same risky stuff she has, like throwing all her neutral swords or for her to get in and stuff too. But I feel like it's a risk right now, even on mid screen right there, because where you don't have swords, you have to pick it up, or you have to use your super, or you have to wait for a period of time until you get it back too. That's also kind of really bad, especially how her swords affect her playstyle. Where if she doesn't have like the stuff she needs to play neutral, then she could be in a really bad state too. I feel like it's a big change for Ramethal, but at the same time, it's really risky to get rid of a sword too, especially on neutral wise. But you can launch a sword in what's good about like launch a projectile in the sword, where if you got your opponent on the corner, you can just play like the mid screen game, the mid range game, and near the corner, and you can just teach your opponent with the explosives and stuff, which is a good sign for Ramethal to tease you on neutral and stuff, which is like actually really nice in terms. Other than that, it's a big change, but I don't feel like it's not really a bad thing. But it's also a bad thing that if she loses her sword, she loses her neutral game too. So it's something to like keep in mind about Ramethal too. Other than that, I don't mind big changes to a character, but I do mind about like what makes her a character and stuff too. But I guess they're trying to give the set play to like Mila and Zato while she maintains like mid-range explosive damage with like a couple of raw mix-ups and stuff too, to get whatever she has back and stuff. So other than that, I think it's okay, not like really nerfed or whatnot in Ramethal in my opinion. She used extra I'll tell you one thing, extra sign. Before the big patch came around, like after like Leo was released, she used to be top 5. She was really strong. She was really good, especially on her set play, and it was hard for her opponents to knock out her swords because her sword was actually that far away and it did a lot of damage. But after the big nerf, she nerfed her to like almost near bottom tier. And then for the rest of the whole entire series, she barely got a little better, but she still remains have the same kind of weakness. And she always hit from like low to low mid and maybe mid in the final version, mid or low mid in terms of like how she changed. Yeah, her change right now was like not been very consistent. She's always been like low to low mid, but the first sign, the day one sign, she was like top 5. She was definitely top 5 until when Leo came out and all the changes came by and she got nerfed kind of nerfed to the ground. Extra was a big change. I think extra sign back then was a beautiful game, but I think my mental state while I'm playing this game was kind of getting to the most of me, so I kind of switch up from stat to Blaze Blue. And once CF2 came around and once Kagura got better, I went back to CF2 and stick to it. And then I didn't get a chance to play Guilty, which I kind of like felt pretty down about it because I didn't get a chance to like stick to the game and play an amount of hours to it because I was like used to stick with like one character and just never practice on it too. But I think Strive, I might have to like kind of get like a third chance at this game, third chance of Guilty Gear, maybe third or second chance maybe to get to play it more too. So anyway, okay, Ramethal in general, all her stuff is a big change, but a big change. But in my opinion, I feel like losing swords in mid screen is very scary because not only she loses swords, she loses the neutral. But other than that, her Rekkas, her overhead and raw mix can help, might help out in her situation a little more too. All her swords and neutrals that will help her a lot too. But I think as long as it's not in mid screen or something, I feel like as long as she can throw a projectile in the swords in the corner, I feel like she can be a good character. But in my opinion right now, I feel like they have to be really careful when throwing swords now. Well, if I say like if changing up a character makes them a bad character, I feel like changing a character from that will make a bad character. It really depends on the character how it's played out too, or what her changes will actually help her in the future too. So we'll see what happened. Oh my boy.
Leo is an all-rounder with a varied arsenal including a projectile, an anti-air move, and more. He can unleash a fierce offense from his stance as he turns his back on the opponent.
Flash kick. He's pretty much more of a crazy, more stronger Kagura in terms of like his stances, flash kick, his fireballs,
single hit projectiles,
especially the multi-hit fireballs.
The Slash version has fast startup and can be used in combos at close range. Although the heavy Slash version has longer startup, it has more hits, meaning you can keep the opponent locked down longer. Eisensturm, an attack with invincibility on startup. The heavy Slash version deals higher damage, but has longer recovery. Since Leo leaps upward as he attacks, it works well against
how come he gets a knockdown while so doesn't? That's unfair.
Use of invincibility frames by using this move on your wake up
flash
during
kick
the opponent's offense to turn the tides.
Eisensturm.
Erst Kaltes Gestuber. Leo lunges forward a slight distance as he attacks.
His Rekka.
This move knocks the opponent down on hit. The fast startup makes this a good choice as a poke or in combos.
This is a Rekka. Does it not do the Rekka no more?
Leo lunges forward a good distance as he attacks. Since he can move through to the other side of the opponent, they may need to change the direction of their block. If Leo passes through the opponent, he ends the move in Brynhilder's stance. Turbulence. Leo moves forward a short distance as he attacks. This attack knocks the opponent down on hit. If you hold the button down,
oh,
Leo
it goes
will go
to his stance. It's pretty.
Breinhilder stance. Leo takes a stance with his back to his opponent.
So if he knocks him down, you can create a mix-up
from a
situation
set
with turbulence.
Although you can use a variety of powerful attacks only while in
Remember, he doesn't
stance,
block on stance, so you have to use counter.
Such as jumping or blocking.
But you can cancel
Try
a
using this
down.
move when you're going on the offense. Con Shield. A counter move allowing Leo to absorb his opponent's attacks.
No shield.
If you absorb an attack at close range, Leo will perform a counter attack.
Counter attack. It pushes you far away. It pushes you far away too.
Either reflecting or absorbing them. Leo remains in Breinhilder stance after this move. As Leo is vulnerable to throws, be careful when using this while in the opponent's throw range.
Wake up, come on, like it won't have the courage to do it.
Leo
when he throws like 5k in stance.
And
yes, the power bomb command grab, the traditional command grab.
If you hold the button
down, using Breinhilder stance,
Leo
and it's full screen. It's kind of full screen, like the genocide throw.
An attack that makes the opponent
Susan knows a full screen throw.
If you hold the button down, Leo will remain in Breinhilder stance after the attack. This move has long startup, but it leaves Leo at the advantage when blocked, making it a great option at close range. Cancel. Leo drops the Breinhilder stance. Stahlwirbel.
Now Leo and Kogger shares the same thing, both a command grab and
the projectile
and a charge character.
And travels fast, so it can be used to punish a vulnerable opponent from a distance.
Honestly, I feel like this projectile doesn't have that much impact on animation compared to
Leo
Extra,
performs
though.
a series of powerful attacks with invincibility on startup. You can make use of the invincibility frames and fast startup by using this move in combos or to interrupt the opponent's offense. His standing far slash and standing heavy slash attacks work well as pokes.
Even though he'll be kind of slightly weak in terms, but remember, Leo is a type of character who is very momentum based and can seal win. He's like the Guilty Gear's Kagra, where like he can seal wins really easily if you're not careful.
You can surprise the opponent with either the low kick attack
and a command grab too.
Con Shield can shut down the opponent's attempts at taking
I think everything else in Leo's moveset right now, not only it's scarier, but it's actually scarier when he has a command grab now. So people will have to be more concerned of like when dealing with a Leo right now, because not everybody does. Everybody in like kind of Guilty Gear community don't just like fighting Leo, because Leo is a guerrilla character that gets away with a lot of like crazy mix. His meaty setup that beats out throws and stuff too, and also his multi-hit projectiles. Just everything he hits with his slashes to his Rekkas hurts really a lot. But I'm not too sure if the Rekka is gonna be like there's like no Rekkas no more. It's actually just a slash. Honestly, kind of sad about that, but at the same time, everything else of Leo is just feel pure greatness because of command grab, his mix-up game, his little turbulence to the stance and stuff. I mean, all of his traditional stuff are back in the where he is at right now too. So other than that, Leo is looking pretty frightening at the moment. Nagoriyuki, what we got here, boy? Let's see what we got.
Nagoriyuki is a vampire samurai who wields powerful attacks using his sword.
Vampire samurai with long range.
Vary the pace of your pressure on the opponent at your will.
Gets all blood, activates his blood rage.
Devastating special moves.
Steal his blood.
Blood rage. When the blood gauge fills up, Nagoriyuki enters the blood rage state. During blood rage, Nagoriyuki's slash and heavy slash attacks gain improved range and damage.
But he loses a lot of health.
The move Zansetsu.
So it's kind of like Blood Cane a little bit, but he gives him more damage.
Blood rage, and he cannot use his other special moves.
So let's see.
Blood rage.
Okay, blood rage. Okay, when blood rage, slash and heavy slash has drastically improves. Can execute Zontets. Can use other special moves. Health drains over time. Blood rage state ends when Santetsu is used, and after a set amount of time. All right, I got it. Oh, actually, blood rage state ends when Santetsu gets used or after a set amount of time. So he enters in blood rage mode state, but he loses health over time. So it's kind of like how Blood Cane activates. When Blood Cane activates, all of his Souls moves, special moves are increased dramatically while he loses health. So it's kind of like this thing, except not except it's like this thing, except you can't use the other special moves. But once he activates like Zontes, then then it's done. Just like how Ragnar does have like the Yami grab. I'll call it the Yami grab or the Yami special.
The Blood Rage state. During Blood Rage, Nagoriyuki's slash and heavy slash attacks gain improved range and damage, and he gains access
full screen
to the move
slash.
Dansetsu.
Yep.
However, his health drains over time while in Blood Rage, and he cannot use his other special moves.
That's really nice.
Blood Rage state ends either when Nagoriyuki lands Zansetsu, or after a set amount of time. Zarameyuki. Nagoriyuki releases his fighting spirit, forming a projectile.
Oh, this
move can cancel into certain special moves during the animation. Try using this as a poke at mid-range. It can also cancel out the opponent's projectiles. Using this move increases the blood gauge. Kamuriyuki. Nagoriyuki performs a lunging attack.
A lunging that's a low, I believe. But it increases blood rage too.
So it can combo when cancelled into from a normal attack. It can cancel into any other special move on either hit or block, so you can follow up with another attack. This makes the move versatile and easy to use. Using this move increases the blood gauge.
Damn, that's a pretty good damage.
An anti-air attack that covers a large area. A follow-up attack activates on either hit or block, sending the opponent flying away. This move has fast startup, covering a lot of space, and deals great damage, so try using it in combos after normal or special moves.
That's pretty sick.
It can be cancelled into other special moves on hit or block. Using this move increases the blood gauge. Blood-sucking universe.
Blood-sucking universe
absorbs health
from his command grab.
Nagoriyuki gains health depending on the amount absorbed, and the blood gauge decreases.
Okay, I see.
Although this throw cannot be tapped,
how can you not see that he's Slayer?
Wide open when whiffed. Try going for this move strategically when the opponent is focused on staying grounded and blocking. Fukyo.
Nagoriyuki looks so fucking
great
sick.
Speed in this movement technique.
Oh yeah, his teleport dash, So instead of just a 4-4 dash, he can just like keep using it.
Or forward while holding down the button. You can cover for the recovery by continuing the movement or canceling into another special move, making it very versatile. Using this move increases the blood gauge.
That's pretty sick.
Wasureyuki. Nagoriyuki barrages the opponent with slashes in this powerful invincible attack. Due to its fast startup
that's the special I see on the trailer. I think that was it.
It can be used in combos or to interrupt the opponent's offense. This attack
that is so cool. Oh my god. I gotta see that again. I gotta see that again. That was literally sick. So it reminds me of Genryu. Genryu's a super, the little card super. It looks really cool.
The base of the attack alters the properties, making it deal massive damage.
Nagoriyuki
Zansetsu.
With Wild Blood Rage.
Nagoriyuki slices down everything before him in this powerful long-range attack. It can only be used while in the Blood Rage state.
That's a yikes.
Blood Rage state.
So Zansetsu gets full screen. So it's pretty much Suzuno's sword super once activated. It hits you with that. Oh my god.
His standing far slash and standing heavy slash attacks make good pokes. Before the blood gauge fills up, use Zarameyuki as a poke and approach with
Nagoriyuki.
Once the blood gauge fills, his heavy slash attacks become strong tools. Blood-sucking universe also works well, as it depletes the blood gauge when it lands. As Nagoriyuki's health depletes rapidly while in blood rage state,
there's not that much special moves, but other than that, it looks like a character that's really a full good character. That's actually looks pretty sick. I like it. I feel like there's not enough information on what she really can do.
Giovanna is an infighter.
But I'm glad we're getting some more information about what the character actually can do. A lot of characters think she's like really dry and shit too, but I feel like there's not enough information to know like what she can really can do.
She moves a short distance forward. It can be cancelled into from normal moves, making for a combo due to its fast startup. This attack has long range and can be difficult to punish when blocked at the far edge of the attack, making it an effective poke. Trovan. Giovanna lunges forward with incredible speed as she attacks.
that move looks really cool, honestly. That's probably one of the coolest moves I saw during the gameplay.
Can cancel the opponent's projectiles during the lunging animation, making it a great surprise attack and a tool for approaching the opponent. Sol Nascente. Giovanna attacks as she leaps directly up. Although this attack isn't invincible, it works well as an anti-air.
At least it's an anti-air.
Beginning of the attack.
You can say it like that.
Sol Puenchi. Giovanna leaps forward, performing an overhead attack. This attack
if people thought she has no sauce, look at that. Look at that overhead. Look at that. Look at the splits.
Hit.
And it's overhead too. And also it's a cross up too, so I won't be surprised if it is.
The other side of the opponent, mixing up the direction.
Everyone in beta is gonna get hit by that. Not gonna lie. Everyone is gonna get hit by that.
Even when blocked. So use it when you can.
So it's plus on block. So that move is plus on block. So which means that.
So use it when you can. Mixing up the direction needed to block. It has slow startup, but leaves Giovanna at an advantage even when blocked.
Yep,
so
she's plus on block, so which means everyone's gonna get hit by that. So you better be prepared for it.
Giovanna lunges forward as she makes.
You better prepare for the anti-air that move.
Invincibility on startup. Due to its fast startup, this move works well in combos, or as a way to interrupt the opponent's offense.
Well, that's invincible
on
starter.
When used at close range, increasing the damage.
Invincible on starter, I guess.
Tempestagi. Giovanna attacks as she descends rapidly from mid-air.
Oh, her dive kick super.
Due to this move's fast startup, it can be used in air combos. The incredibly fast movement also makes it a good way to take the opponent by surprise.
That's pretty cool.
Try using her standing kick and standing heavy slash attacks after a dash as pokes and ways to approach the opponent.
Yeah, like I said before in the last video, definitely a rushdown character. Definitely ways to get into. Got to anti-air, got to move that creates a poke, got to like a cross up too.
Slash attack or her overhead Solpuenchi. Hit opponents who try to avoid the grounded neutral game by jumping in with her forward punch attack or Sol Nascente. Thank you for watching.
Honestly, I feel like, here's my honest opinion about that. I can understand why the character feels dry because she has so many little moves that she I mean, she has like a move that creates like a creates poke situations, anti-air and anti-air, but it feels like it could have been a DP too. And honestly, her little lunge attack, I think one of the coolest ones is her lunge attack with her wolf too, which is really cool. But honestly, I feel like it might be. Here's my opinion. I feel like this character might be incomplete. That's just a weird feeling I'm having. I feel like this character might be incomplete. I feel like there's a lot more stuff. There's a lot of potential going for her, but at the same time, I feel like there's some stuff she might be needing in the future. Like she might make use of her wolf or something. I feel like her wolf is something that's just for like rushdown right now. But I feel like there's not much usage of the wolf more often. It's more like a series of different kicks along with her wolf while she is attacking too. I feel like the developers should make use of her wolf more often instead of just like traditional spin kicks and stuff. Capoeira spin kicks and so all that stuff too. In my opinion, I feel like they should make use of her wolf more than just like rushdown kicks or that simple little overhead kick. But I feel like that overhead splits kick is going to be definitely be like the net play tactic right there. The net play tactic is just to cheese out somebody off. But I feel like that's going to be an actual thing to deal with too. And plus, it's an advantage in my opinion. For Giovanna, I feel like after first season's done, I feel like when the next balance patch comes like in the future, I'm not gonna talk about balance patch, but I feel like this character might be needing a lot more stuff than just like these simple series of kicks and stuff too. But I feel like there's gonna be like a lot more coming to it in the future. I think once we get hands on the beta, like I said, we can actually look for more tech of what Giovanna or other characters can do and see how we're gonna like see what kind of things she can like really can do in situations or situations like that too. And honestly, I feel like Giovanna's like there's like moves are missing. I feel like there needs more than just like a series of like cheesy overhead kicks and anti-air, backflip anti-air and all that and a dive and all that stuff too. So other than that, I feel like I'm hoping that there'll be more changes in the future. But like anybody said, in order to make the game be better, the game has to be bad first before it gets better from here. So, but other than that, I enjoy these little starter guides. But it's kind of a shame we don't get like our one friend grabs though no more. Oh, counter, it gets hit by Soul. Yeah, I think about the RC in this game that it acts as a hit though for situations like that too. So it's just pretty interesting to know. And ducks under it. Yep, the sword, yeah. Executioner, yeah. Executioner, you can actually diagonal where you want to throw the super at, make it more even plus. Super, yeah. Uh-oh. Just to be out the string, just for Tyrant Rave. Very close match. Okay, there's like a gap to it too, so it looks like he did another move, but he's able to be out of it. So there's actually a gap between that. Oh, that is a weird conversion though when he bursted. Oh, we saw like there's a ship there. What kind of ship is that? It's like a whale mechanic thing. Society. Dolphin. 6B. Command grab. Gets to come off that. So traditional Mace stuff, so no big whale. But didn't get the full combo of that, sadly. Honestly, there's like no like blue burst supers no more. Kind of a shame though. Those are actually pretty cool. And thank God for no more danger times. God, I can actually play this game. Danger time is just so, I don't know. It's hard to utilize it because you got to get it in a clash, and so you can't really control what it does. Oh, wow, this city looks pretty cool. It went through all down city of New York and just went through the bridge. Oh, he's dead. She's dead. He's dead. He's dead. Oh no. He didn't wait for the DP. I'm surprised. Oh!